Okay guys, so today we are going to be getting these white again. As you can see, some of them are a little bit grayed out. And I've had a few shirts. I didn't know before how to bleach my clothes because I would just put bleach in the dryer and they would just come out with like these stains. You can't really see it so well on camera, but there are like these weird like yellow splotches all over my whites. Well, some of my white shirts. A lot of them I've already done this with to test it out. So we're gonna start by just throwing them in the washer. And then we're just gonna add a little bit of whatever detergent you want to use. I like just using regular detergent, and I usually just put mine on like the sports mix. So that's a good amount for the amount of whites we put in. And that will start to wash. We want to wash this normally first. You really want your clothes to be clean first. This is the way I do it. I'm a little bit, I don't like my clothes being dirty at all, so this is how I do it. Okay, so I have washed all the clothing. I also put it on the rinse cycle just to get rid of any excess soap, because I really don't like soap in my clothes like that. And I also put it on spin just so it gets like all of the extra liquid out. We want the clothes to be damp. We don't want it to be sopping wet. So this is just an extra step I take. So we are in the bathroom. We have this bucket. I know it looks dirty. It's just like staining from before I got it. I picked it up at a thrift store. But you're gonna take a bucket of some kind. Doesn't matter what shape it is, as long as it's deep enough to submerge all your whites that you wanna bleach out. You're gonna take some bleach. I don't know the exact ratio. I kind of eyeball it, but I like to put like about that much bleach. And then I'm gonna take some water. Now I have the water on hot, like really hot. And okay, we're gonna put that on hold. And then we're gonna come right over to our whites. And we're gonna take them, and we're just gonna plop them in there. All of them. Just gonna put all the whites in there, because we want this thing to be bleached white. All of them, all the ones with all those stains from earlier, we're gonna plop them in there. You wanna have a stick of some sort that's nice and long, so you don't have to touch this solution with your hands. I'm using a broomstick that broke, and we're just gonna push this down here and try to sop up all that stuff. And we're also gonna continue to add some more hot water till it's all submerged. So, it's been about 15 minutes. We're gonna come in here every so often and just kind of turn the clothing a little bit. I've added some more water, I've added a little bit more bleach. I don't know the exact measurements. You can probably find out the measurements, like exact, if you look it up online. I just kind of eyeball it. But this is what we're gonna do, and we're gonna keep these clothing mostly submerged for most of the time for at least 3 or 4 hours. So we're gonna do all this. Make sure everything's pushed down when you walk away too, because if it's not, then the part that's outside of the water is not gonna get as bleached. It's kind of hard to see because of the all these bubbles, but those will go away in a few minutes. Okay, so I've rinsed the clothing. I've spun it twice. It is the morning, and I'm gonna hang out my clothing out here. You wanna hang it somewhere in the sun. I recommend hang drying it. You don't have to hang dry it, but the sun really helps brighten it out and really bleach it out. So I'm gonna bring those things in. I'm gonna put the stuff in the washer out to hang up. The sun usually hits this window at around noon, and it just stays like on this window till like 7 p.m. And I will show you the results after everything's done drying. As I've taken in the laundry after being in the sun, and look at that. This shirt before was stained with this awful bluish gray color, and now it's nice and white again. Because it was painted, it doesn't really take out too much of the pigment. See, there's a little bit of pigment lost here, but it's not too bad. So if you ever have shirts with like these nice prints on them, you want to get them really clean, bleach, my guy. Bleach. There's no stains on it anymore. Nice and white. I could go through each of these and show you that the stains are just gone. Like all the stains, everything is just, it's just gone. And this is pretty easy. Like you don't have to do everything individually. You can literally do each and every shirt like this. There are some small spots here and there, with like small areas. But I think this will be gone the next time I do it. You can barely see that. It's on the inside of the shirt. The shirt's inside out. If I turn it outside in, I don't think you'll be able to see that. You can't. There's no spot on the outside. And it's the same for every shirt. It just brings back that white, clean look, that Whiten you look that's associated with these shirts. Now, for clothing that has patterns that are bleached into the dye, that are not printed on like the gorilla shirt, like this Rick and Morty shirt, these used to be black, now they're a little bit orange, they're fading out. I don't mind this so much. If you do, I don't recommend, if you want to keep your patterns, I would recommend really washing this without the bleach, and then like spotting if there are any stains anywhere. Luckily, my underwear never got stained, but for white socks, you know, this Reebok used to be red and blue, but I'm okay with my white socks not having those colors because it looks so nice just as white socks. For some reason, the touch hasn't bleached out at all. These touch socks are fine. I don't know what it is with the fabric, but these are nice and white again. They still have that grayish tinge left, but I think another wash with the bleach will get rid of that a little bit. But yeah, the shirts are all nice and white shirts. No tinges. Look how clean that is. There's nothing quite like putting on like a sock that looks this clean. Like at all. There's nothing like it. It's just so satisfying. So yeah. That's how you do your whites. Thank you, Mom and Dad, for telling me that.